I'm getting ready for the premiere of The Devil Wears Prada 2, and I really, really don't want to go. Like, I do not want to go at all, but I'm going anyway because I know that it will make me feel better. Because the reason why I don't want to go isn't because I don't want to see the movie or that I don't want to be involved in the event. It's that I've been feeling so anxious and so depressed that my brain is telling me that I should essentially take shelter and I should isolate. And I've been isolating a lot in the past 6 months especially. And on top of that, I've also been having a mental health moment. I would say I've been struggling a bit. You know, I've been going through something that you'll all hear about when the book's out. And even writing the book is re-traumatizing because the book is about something that happened not that long ago. And I'm feeling re-traumatized, depressed, anxious, scared, lonely, and I feel like isolating. And see, the irony there is that I feel lonely, but I feel like isolating. Like, what's up with that? I feel like our brains trick us into thinking that the better option is to stay at home because they're trying to protect us, right? They're trying to keep us safe and they're trying to say, look, we know the outcome of staying at home. We can control it. We can ensure that nothing bad happens. We also can endure another night, essentially, because when my mental health is like this, it gets really, really, really quite bad. And that's fair, and that's your brain trying to protect you. But the reality is, going out, even though it feels scarier right now, is going to actually help me. Like, I know it's going to actually help me. It's not going to make me feel worse. The thing is, my brain is saying, well, we don't know what's going to happen. At least we know here. But I know from history and from research of pushing myself to go out when I don't feel like it, that when you do feel like this, even if you feel the worst you've ever felt, if you do go out and you don't flake on those plans, you feel so much better within a minute of seeing your friend. And usually the night gets better from there, and you see other people and you talk to other people and you are able to escape from your mind for a moment. You are able to stop thinking about the thoughts you're ruminating on. You were able to have a breather. You're able to hear about other people's days, other people's problems, other people's funny stories. You get to see their outfits. You get to talk to them. You get to have different exposure around you. And I think I'm also feeling awful because I've been writing all week and re-traumatizing myself and also not socializing. I turned down so many opportunities for socialization on the weekend that I would have loved to do because it was a long weekend, but I was like, no, I need to write. And that's one part of it. I've also been working a lot, but I think I also need to allow myself to get out and say, okay, you've done how much work you can do for today. You're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling awful. Sitting at home and watching a movie or Real Housewives, realistically, we know the outcome of that. You'll feel the same, but if you leave the house, you'll feel better, most likely. And if I don't feel better when I'm there, if I do feel awful, I can go home. I'm an adult with an Uber account. You know, I can actually leave. I can get in an Uber and be home in 15 minutes. If I feel like shit, if I feel a panic attack coming on, if I feel overstimulated, if I feel overwhelmed, I can leave, you know? And I guess I just wanted to remind you all that when you feel like isolating, that's usually the time to try and socialize, in my experience. I think particularly if you have ADHD, you know, we can get stuck in loops and repetition and lose track of time as well. And I'm realizing that it's been 8 days since I spoke to someone in person. I've called my mum. I've called one other friend. I've spoken to my manager, but I've not had a social call because I've been so in this book and I've been if I'll get distracted if I call anyone, if I see anyone, if I see any friends. But that will send someone fucking crazy. And the answer to that, so that I can work better tomorrow and so that I can be better at what I do tomorrow, the answer to that is to get the fuck outside and see other people. It's very easy to feel like your social quota has been met because of social media. And I just want to remind you all that it isn't meeting your social quota. It's not. It's making things much worse. It's making you more anxious. It's making you less sociable. It's making you antisocial in some instances. It's making you depressed. Look, I love a scroll as much as the next person, but I've noticed that I've been using this whole world as an escape because I'm too busy, I'm too stressed, I'm re-traumatizing myself, blah, 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 all the reasons I've explained. I'm not feeling good. And it's easier to try and get a little bit of socialization through this when in reality it's unfulfilling and makes things worse, and it's harder to not flake on your friends. And this is a message to you, not to be all high and mighty, but to remind you that you have the ability and you have the strength to not flake on your friends, and you're always better for it. You are always better for it. And if you have real friends and good friends, they understand. Like, I've texted Carmen being like, by the way, I might leave halfway through if I have a panic attack. I'm not feeling great. You know, and she's like, yeah, babe, that's fine. And now that I've said that, I probably won't, because I've got a friend that I know it'll be okay if I'm with her, so I won't. You know what I mean? Opening up prevents the things that you're scared of most. Going out helps you have the tools to be able to cope when you are alone. And I just want to remind you all that not flaking on friends is so important, not only for your friends and for your friendships, but also for you. So yeah, I intentionally don't flake. And I really, really try my hardest when I'm in my worst moments. I'm at least able to pull myself up in that way. And I just want to, I guess, remind you all that you are too. And if you really, really aren't, that's also completely okay. But I think if you're teetering, or if you are able to stand up and you are physically able to do this and get yourself together and you're able to have some hope for the night, if you're able to muster up any hope for the night, then I think it's worth going out and doing something rather than isolating and bed rotting. Because I know that you'll feel better. And I also want to remind you, if you're worried to go out because you feel like you look like shit or you feel like you have nothing to wear or whatever else the fuck, no one cares. Literally no one cares. I'm going somewhere as a public figure now, and that I will get photographed for sure, and it'll probably be in the news tomorrow. Not in a way like, and I'll be in the news tomorrow, but like it'll be in some sort of publication tomorrow. I know still no one cares. No one cares. All they care about is if you're there, and they care about seeing their friend. And they also care about helping their friend. So if you're feeling shit, you can tell your friends, all right? Because it will help you and it will help them. Love yous. Mwah.